Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking out time to attend this session, this webinar on Sitecore mobile apps. To set the context, right, we all have seen a tremendous growth of smartphones, and we have seen how their penetration has increased across geographies and demographies. We have seen how some unique mobile applications have emerged, and they have completely transformed certain businesses and have also disrupted certain businesses. Take an example of Uber. We have seen how Uber, with a simple mobile app, they have completely disrupted the car rental industry, and that too globally. They have redefined the way people now commute across the globe. You've also seen Facebook. It has completely transformed how customers, how people across the globe they socially interact with their friends, their peers, their families, and it's a classical example where the business itself has transformed, because of the changing mobility trends. Facebook started as a complete uh, web-based technology solution, and it transformed itself into a complete mobile app solution over a period of time. And there is another transformation that's happening in the business, which is now when Facebook is transforming itself into a video on mobile platform, with live streaming and VOD capabilities building and taking the center stage on Facebook as a business. Uh, so in today's business, in today's presentation, we'll see how and why businesses need to come up with their own mobile strategy, and how and why they should be investing in building mobile apps. We'll also talk about how Sitecore is supporting businesses in setting up their mobile solutions, in building the mobile apps, and also integrating those mobile apps into their existing marketing and digital ecosystem, so that the marketers can fulfill their marketing objectives and goals by building the mobile apps onto their existing system. So before I start, I'll introduce myself. My name is Gaurav Gupta, and I am the head of mobility practice at edynamic. I have about 15 years of experience in the industry, and I have worked with various brands globally in defining and building omni-channel digital experiences. Before joining edynamic, I was leading the mobility center of excellence and practices at Sapin Nitro and Sapin Nitro India and to the New Digital. Let me give you a brief overview about edynamic. So we are a global digital marketing agency, and we believe in using our deep focus in technology to redefine the customer experiences. We are a global player, and we have presence in 4 countries. We have capabilities to build omni-channel digital solutions encompassing all the digital channels like mobile, web, email, and social. We have deep expertise in Sitecore, and we've been Sitecore Gold partners for more than a decade now. Uh, we have Sitecore MVPs, both the strategy as well as technology MVPs. We have more than 200 Sitecore implementations under the belt, and we have more than 100 Sitecore engineers. And we've also contributed to the Sitecore community by building dozens of connectors which connect Sitecore to the external components in the ecosystem. We have a dedicated mobile practice, and we have experience in mobile strategy, mobile user experience and design, native application development, developing Sitecore cross-platform applications using Xamarin, mobile app testing, and IoT solutions primarily around proximity. We have worked with brands globally, and we've been fortunate to work with the biggest Fortune 500 brands, across the globe. Honeywell, Pepsi, JP Morgan, Weil, American Express, and a lot of others. We've helped these brands in defining and designing, their digital experiences. And while working with these brands, we have always believed that the customer touch points uh, with the brands have changed. What used to be a proliferation of digital touch points, mostly led by web, it is now a multi-channel journey for most customer experiences, and these journeys are now predominantly led by mobile. A recent survey, shows that the companies which have strong omni-channel customer engagement strategies, they're able to retain on an average 89% of their customers, and that's a huge number. There's another survey done by Comscore, and it reveals that in the US itself, more than 70% of customers take a purchase decision. When they take a purchase decision, their journey is on omni-channel. So what it means is that people are using mobile, web, and other channels, before making any purchase decision. So clearly, these touch points have fast changed, and there's a huge focus of business right now on including mobile as part of their customers' experiences. Gartner says in 2017 itself, more than 50% of budget meant for product will be spent or invested into customer experience innovation. And rightly so, we all understand that customer experience is the new battleground for the marketers today. Today's customer, it is becoming brand agnostic. The only thing that they are looking for are those experiences that the brands can provide them. The only way today to retain the customers is by building unique and fulfilling experiences for them, and especially the customers while they are on the go. They need to stay connected, and businesses need to provide them with experiences while to the customers while they are mobile. Personalized experiences driven by data and technology can help engage customers and drive revenue across all touch points. Mobile is the most personal device for the customers, and it also gives varied contextual information about the customer and their preferences. Imagine a brand sending out personalized push notification to a customer who's standing right in front of a retail store just about to make a purchase. And this contextual personalized push notification is on the basis of the browsing history and the purchasing history of the customer. Uh, it is like talking to your customer right at the right time and at the right place, because you know where customer is and you also know the intent of your customer, and this is the power of contextual engagement that can be built using mobile as one of the channels. You can also take another example of how a business executive could be seamlessly checked in and welcomed through her mobile based on the proximity into a business event. And these are the kind of personalized contextual experiences that are going to be the biggest driver for customer retention going forward. Google has recently announced that the search volume from smartphones have now exceeded that from the desktops. And it's a clear indication that people are now using mobile devices more than their desktops, and they're practically replacing their their computers, personal computers, with their smartphones. Uh, there was another survey that was done by Comscore, and it states that more than 80% of people across demographics in the US, they now use smartphones to interact with various brands in one way or the other. So be it your direct customer, be it your employees, be it your indirect consumers, everyone is on the go, and they need to stay connected. though their need to stay connected could vary, differently. So, for example, there could be an analyst at a consulting firm who would need to stay connected with the collaterals and the tools when he's out in the field, meeting their clients. There could be a service engineer in a manufacturing company who need to access the manuals and watch videos on how to troubleshoot a specific equipment. There could be executive, senior executive who wants to get hold of certain specific industry trends, all on the go. Right? Uh, while they are sitting in front of their customers, while they are on the move, they need to access certain information, and the preferred device for them is now a smartphone. So essentially, it is your customer who is mobile, and it is not the device. The device is just a medium for your customer to stay connected with the business. Your customers as well as your employees, all of them are looking to access information while they are moving, and they need the businesses and brands to be available to them, and they're demanding. So they want the businesses and brands to be available at the time of their choice and at their convenience, and that makes it real complicated for businesses and the brands as well. So on the one hand, we have heard a lot of data. We have heard how you know the customer is changing, and the touch points has changed. But at the same time, we also need to be cognizant of the fact that it is just the beginning. The game has just begun, and the mobile ecosystem, it is still evolving. You have wearable devices coming into the picture that provides additional interface to the customers. Your customer may be using the VR gear, and they may be expecting the business to present content in an engaging VR experience. Your customer may be wanting to access certain videos or information on their smart TVs while they're sitting in their living rooms. And your customers may be wanting, a seamless check-in based on proximity, and so on and so forth. These are, all of these, instances and examples are a reality today. As customers, as individuals, we are also, using smartphones and all of these touch points associated with smartphones to access a lot of this information. And be it any industry, be it commerce, be it content, location, or social, mobile is coming up with new and interactive avenues for the businesses to interact with their customers in completely unique ways. So what does businesses need to do? So businesses need to be available. They need to be available to their customers when the customers would want to know about their products, about their offerings. When the customers want to learn about the industry, about a certain product in the industry or some trends. They need to be available when the customer wants to attend, for example, event remotely, or attend a webinar. So, for example, you need to be available when your customer, want to watch or probably connect, with probably connect with the peers, connect with, the office intranet, maybe access certain files while on the go, and also they may want to share stuff with their with their peers, and so on and so forth. So your customers needs to do a lot of different things. Google has recently come up with a concept of micro moments. So these are those seconds or fraction of seconds when your customer need to do something, and they fulfill that need using their smartphones. So they may need to know, they may need to buy, they may need to search, they may need to learn, and these are the micro moments that define how these customers would want to interact with with the businesses and with the brands. And these are the micro moments which needs to be tapped by the businesses so that they are available to their customers in these micro moments. and to understand it further, for a lot of businesses, they these micro moments or these instances may not fetch direct business, and they may not even fetch them a direct qualified lead. But these are the moments, if they are not able to interact with their customers, there is a huge probability that they would be losing out their customers to their competitors in the long run. Uh, Take an example. There's a professional services firm, and there's a senior executive who needs some insights around a specific industry, right? This executive, would first look out for this, information from the professional services firm that he's engaged with. But in case he's not able to interact with with that brand, with that business while on the go, he'll look out for other, sources of information, and he may land himself into the competitors. He may land himself into McKinsey's or PwC's, who have well-crafted web and mobile app interfaces with huge thought leadership content. So the professional services firm, they did not actually lose any direct business per se, but they have lost an opportunity to fulfill their customers' need to learn, to know, and they have, lost a opportunity to establish themselves as a thought leader and cement the existing business relationship. So that's something that businesses needs to do in terms of understanding what the customer demands, understanding the user, their users' micro moments, and then building mediums and interfaces that can help your customers connect with you, with your brands, and with your businesses. So in that context, now we've talked a lot about how businesses needs to understand and transform and then include mobile as part of their overall digital strategy. We would now move on and talk about how to get started. Uh, we understand that we need to build a certain mobile solution, but what is the first step there? So we are talking about three-step journey here, and the first step here is to actually understand what are your customers' needs here. Define the customer micro moments that you want to address. It could be your alumni looking out for ways to connect. It could be your customers looking to access customer care. And so these are the things that needs to be identified. Define who is the audience you want to address, and how would they interact with your business. What are the touch points with which they would want to interact. Most importantly, you'll also need to find out the reasons why they should be downloading the mobile app that you're building. One of the questions that comes up a lot is should we be building a mobile responsive web, or should we be building a mobile app? In my opinion, and the way I answer this question is that this is a wrong question to ask. The question to ask is, what is it that your customer comes to the mobile for? And once you understand that, you would be able to understand what would be the best medium to provide the best experience to your customer. If it is a customer facing website just providing information about specific services, it has to be responsive. That's a hygiene these days. It has to be adaptive. But do you need a mobile app for a customer facing website? I think that is wrong. You may not need a mobile app for that. But at the same time, if there are other use cases, for which your customer is repeatedly interacting with your business, those are the use cases that you need to find out and build the mobile apps for. Thought leadership could be one of those use cases that have that you should be building the mobile apps for example. Uh, the general principle around mobile app versus mobile web is mobile app leads to high customer engagement and loyalty, while mobile web is meant to have more reach. And mobile apps are generally preferred when customers are repeatedly interacting with your businesses, right? So the first step essentially is to find out what are your customer mobile needs, how would they want to interact with your business, and what all touch points would they be using to interact with you. Step two would be to design the mobile app solution in a way that it is an extension of your current system. You would want to give a complete seamless multi-channel experience to your customer. You don't want to create a silo and build a system which runs in parallel to your existing system. You would want the system to be completely integrated with the existing system, and that's when you can also reap the maximum benefits out of your marketing outreach, from the entire system. So you need to have a single source of content for all of your digital channels, and you need to manage that mobile content directly from within Sitecore. Uh, and all the data points needs to be integrated as well, and the single view of customer across all channels needs to come. So step number two essentially is designing the app by leveraging the existing systems that you have within the Sitecore ecosystem. Step number three, Sitecore provides accelerators to build your mobile apps, which gives you great head start in building the application, and also helps you integrate the entire solution within the Sitecore overall ecosystem. So it comes with its own SDK that works with Xamarin to build a cross-platform mobile application. Xamarin is it's a cross-platform mobile application development tool which is owned by Microsoft, and Sitecore SDK and Xamarin allows easy integration to Sitecore platform, and it provides predefined supported features, and which makes the development of mobile apps simple. Using Sitecore SDK and Xamarin, you can build the code once and you can deploy it on multiple platforms. We'll talk about the solution in detail in the subsequent slides. So before moving on to the actual Sitecore solution, how does Sitecore see mobile? So and it's important to know what is Sitecore's opinion about the mobile strategy, and they strongly believe that it is really critical to deliver enriching customer experience in mobile, and Sitecore is fully committed to help its customers to leverage the opportunity across all channels. So let's now see what is the Sitecore mobile solution, and how the Sitecore mobile app fits in the overall Sitecore ecosystem. And so if you see the slide, the way it has been designed, the Sitecore mobile apps, they are designed to be a new front end which is sitting on top of the existing content management system. Now the advantage is that comes out of this architecture, or the solution is that it makes Sitecore as the central hub to manage all of your digital properties, including your web and mobile apps, and it allows seamlessly sharing your content, your consumer data and analytics across all the channels. Sitecore integrated content management function allows you to integrate with other parts of the platform and separates the content from its presentation. So your content can be automatically delivered at scale across any channel. It also allows the analytics to capture individual visitor data across all channels and bring in a single customer profile across multiple channels. And this can be used to build truly personalized and contextual experiences on different channels. This solution provides you the ability to map profile and real-time behaviors with on-the-spot decision, so you can customize the experience across various touchpoints. So, essentially, it's a it's very close-knit integration of the mobile apps into the existing solution, leveraging the current strengths of this entire system, and integrating the app solution to it. Let's see how this entire thing works out. So your customer, say for example, they access different channels which are built on Sitecore, and all of the customer activities are tracked, and the insights are captured across all the channels in a single location. And that's how Sitecore works. And I think all of you who are already with Sitecore would completely understand it. And what you get is a single customer profile across all channels, where you would have details about the level of engagement that the customer has, the interest that the customer has. You probably even know the location and the name of the customer, right? So, and on the basis of the single customer profile, you can now push the personalized content on the mobile app, because you know what the customer journey was on the other channels, and vice versa, right? So you will leverage the behaviors of the customer on the mobile app and influence the personalization on other channels, and you would also do it the other way. So your mobile apps actually gets integrated as part of the overall personalization journey of your customer. But the experience does not stop here. What mobile apps does additionally is that it provides that additional context, such as location, which is used to further contextualize the experience on mobile. And what it can also do is it can provide push notifications as an engagement strategy based on customer actions on other channels. Now, if we if you relook at the example that I talked about in the beginning, there's a customer who's browsing certain products and has shown interest in making a purchase, and now digitally. But now through the mobile app, you know that this customer is actually standing in front of a store and probably going to make a purchase decision. So you know the location, you know the intent, you know the customer's buying behavior, and their browsing history. On the basis of that, you can push a notification with a coupon, for that specific purchase, helping that customer take a decision. So that's how this entire contextual personalization can be further taken to the next level by use of mobile as a digital channel, as along with the other channels that you have on Sitecore. Yeah. Okay, so having seen how this overall solution work, I'll do a little deep dive into the solution at the app level and at the development level. So how does it work out is that you have a Sitecore mobile SDK provided by Sitecore, and you have Xamarin, which has portable class libraries. And what you would need now is development team with experience in .NET and C#, and using that skill set, you can build the applications, which then gets cross-compiled onto multiple platforms, multiple mobile platforms, including iOS, Android, and Windows. So the solution, it actually allows you to manage a single code base rather than 3 different code bases, if you're building Android, iOS, and Windows. And instead of setting up of a team of Android, Objective-C, and Swift developers, you can simply leverage the .NET team to build the mobile application. So this approach is useful when it comes to the code maintenance as well as updates. Yeah. So a little more information about the Sitecore mobile SDK and Xamarin. So, the mobile SDK for Xamarin is a framework which is designed to help the developer produce native mobile application, and it has hooks into the Sitecore system already. So, building features on top of Sitecore content management system is it becomes very, very easy using Sitecore SDK for Xamarin. The framework allows you to build the application using .NET, and a lot of pre-built features comes with the SDK, which includes features and functionalities around CMS. You can create, delete, update items. You can manage media resources. You can ensure and build data security, and you can do so these are the basic features that comes, and you can build more features on top of it, integrating into the existing system. From a support standpoint, the solution supports iOS 7 and later versions, Android 4 and later versions, and Windows Phone 8 and later. So from a coverage standpoint, it provides a very decent coverage. For all the three dominant mobile platforms. Okay. So now that we've talked in detail about why to use Sitecore Mobile SDK and how to use mobile the Sitecore SDK and the Xamarin, I'll touch upon certain points on why we should be doing it. First of all, it's the easy and seamless integration with the Sitecore experience platform. That's the biggest advantage that we get by using this solution. We get a single source of content for all of our digital channels, and the content of the mobile app can also be directly managed from the Sitecore itself. Very important, you can integrate all of your marketing data and analytics, including the GeoIP, to the Sitecore experience database, and thus you have a unified single view of customer across multiple channels. And we have seen how this allows personalized contextual information to be sent, and making the entire solution more effective. We have talked about how it's a cross-platform approach where you write the code once and you deploy it on the multiple platforms, and it allows you to maintain single code base rather than maintaining different code bases. And you need a single technology stack as part of your team rather than multiple technology stacks. Um, uh, One very important point from a Xamarin capability standpoint is their testing capabilities. So Xamarin provides test frameworks to test the mobile apps across multiple platforms. They also have device farms, which are actual devices available on cloud, which can be used for testing purposes. And you can also run automation on these device farms. This is very important because any mobile application solution involves robust testing on actual devices, because different geographies have different OS and screen resolution combinations, which needs to be tested upon, so that and an optimum and the best experience is available to all the customers. And if there are times where certain features are throwing certain errors on certain devices, so unless and until that robust testing happens, there are chances of bad user experience to certain set of customers. So Xamarin provides deep they have deep capabilities in avoiding such scenarios, and testing and having an effective testing on the actual devices. Another thing that Xamarin provides is app distribution and crash reporting through Hockey app. Uh, See, mobile application testing, it involves distributing the apps to various stakeholders before the apps goes live on the app stores, and also collecting feedback from the various sources. And it is an important stage or the phase in the project where without this distribution, the actual testing of the app gets hampered. It is also very important to understand and track the crashes in the apps, and it is being very robustly handled by the Hockey apps within Xamarin. Xamarin is owned by Microsoft, and there's a huge community and resources that are available to help. Strong community support wherever required. So it's a reliable platform that we can bank on. Okay. All right, so I'll talk about one of the case studies, or one of the success stories that we have, where we have built a thought leadership mobile experience for a top law firm. So the objective here was to enhance the client engagement and help the client establish themselves as a thought leader in the industry. They wanted, to enhance their engagement with alumni, with their customers, with their extended customers in the industry. And what we developed them for us, from a solution standpoint, was a complete platform that provided its audience, the thought leadership content in the form of blogs, ebooks, and videos, as well as the ability to register on various webinars and conferences, and personalization of the content based on the users' preferences. So the entire data is organized into industries and verticals as per the focus areas of this law firm, and customers can always subscribe to the content from specific industry, or a vertical, and there would be push notification and messaging whenever there's new content that is being added. The customers are reminded about it and informed about it, and they can easily go and refer to that content. We've leveraged Sitecore as a single source of content, which provides content to both web as well as mobile application, and built a completely seamless experience, which is an extension of their web experience into the mobile application. The video playback capability on this was something which the actual customers really appreciated, because earlier the content, the thought leadership content, was scattered across a YouTube channel versus a blog versus some resources on the website. But now the customers have one single place to have all of their content and fulfill the needs of their extended customers. And that's the benefit that they got in terms of enhanced engagement with their customers, and and the ability to access the content in varied forms and in a personalized form. From a tech solution, we did build the cross-platform iOS and Android application using Xamarin, PCL, and Sitecore SDK, and it had it was built and the integration was done with Sitecore Experience Platform. So I think that brings me to the concluding slide here. We've talked about how the industry is transforming, and how there is a need for businesses to include mobile as part of their overall digital strategy. And then we talked about the various steps on how to build that solution, and then we deep dived into the solution that Sitecore provides to build the mobile applications. Just to reiterate in terms of what is the recipe to build an effective mobile solution. First and foremost, UX, the user experience-led development. We've talked enough about how mobile is about experiences. Unless and until you are able to gauge the micro moments that you want to address for your customers, and are able to build an experience for them, it is not going to be effective for you. So it is very, very important that you start from the user experience when you're building a mobile solution. Right selection of technology stack and the third-party libraries is really important. Within the Sitecore ecosystem, you have these accelerators that you should be using to build the mobile solution on top of it, so that you can reap maximum benefits out of the entire Sitecore ecosystem from a marketing standpoint. Extensive device testing is very, very important. The mobile platforms itself are very fragmented. You have, if you talk about Android, you have different form factors and different OS combinations, and different customizations by different OEMs within Android, and that brings in a lot of complexity. So essentially, you need to have a robust testing strategy in place, and really need to test it on actual devices before you go live. Seamless integration with your existing system. We talked about it, how a unified single view of customer can be transformed into a personalized contextual experience using mobile. So unless and until there is a seamless integration with the existing systems, that will not be possible. So it is very important for us to integrate mobile solution with the existing systems. Plan for app adoption. A lot of times you've seen that businesses were able to build the apps, but they, since they did not plan out the app adoption within their intended audiences, the reception was not that great. So advanced planning is essential in terms of how do you want to reach out to your customers about your apps and the benefits that they are going to get out of those apps. Last but not the least, selecting the right partner. Mobile solution is not just about building the app. You need to select a team. You need to build a team that understands it right from the user experience standpoint till integrating it with the existing system, selecting the right technology, doing an extensive testing, helping in App Store submissions and approvals, and also helping in planning for app adoption. So choose your partner wisely, uh, uh, find out the capabilities from a technology, user experience, as well as testing standpoint. And it is very important for you, because what you're building is actually an experience for your customer, which would be an extension of your existing experience. Okay, and that leads me to conclude my presentation, and I'll be happy to take questions from the audiences.
Thank you so much for the insights, Gaurav. Gaurav, it looks like we have few questions. The first question is, what is the recommended way of testing the mobile apps before go live or even app submission? Is automation testing possible for mobile apps?
That's one of the questions that I've heard a lot of times, and yeah, I think it's really important for us to have our test strategy right when we are building our solution. Mobile app testing involves identifying the platforms that needs to be tested upon, the actual devices that provides maximum coverage to the customers that we are targeting. So if I have we know our customers, we know the geographies that they are in, and we need to identify few devices that can provide us more than 80 to 90% coverage for our customers, right? And so that becomes your test strategy, and then you write down your test cases. Mobile testing involves a lot of other test cases, including your network testing, your performance testing, and uh, usability testing, to ensure that from an experience standpoint, your app is up to the mark. Uh, Regarding automation versus manual testing, both of these are possible. So there are frameworks that you can leverage. There are open source as well as licensed frameworks that are available that you can leverage to build automation testing for your mobile applications as well.
Great. Thank you so much for the insight, Gaurav. We have another question. The second question is that what is the correct approach for mobile UI design? Is it to replicate the existing web design or create a completely new design?
That's a great question. Again, I would say, so I mean, so the starting point for us to, for designing an app solution is to understand, what is your, uh, what is your customer looking to do. You would not want to replicate the design of your website into an app. You need to design your app as per the UI guidelines of the platforms. The way an Android user uses an app and the way an iPhone user uses the app is very different. So keeping these things in mind, you need to come up with unique and platform specific designs for your app. But at the same time, you also need to ensure that your app is not completely different from your web, because end of the day, it's a seamless experience that needs to be built. So keeping all of these considerations in mind, your UX specialist will come up with a design which includes the components of your web, and it also includes the platform specific guidelines, for the platform that you're targeting. And on the basis of that, keeping the user requirements in mind, they will come up with a user experience and design specifically for your business.
Great, thanks, Gaurav. One final question. Does Xamarin have access to native iOS and Android libraries? And how is the user experience and performance of Xamarin cross-platform apps?
Okay, so Xamarin, as we talked about, Xamarin is a cross-platform application development tool, and it allows you to create once and deploy it on multiple platforms. Now, from a performance standpoint, the performance matrices of Xamarin apps have been found to be fairly close to the native apps, right? So if you're building an application which is content application, you would not even notice a difference between a Xamarin, between the performance of a Xamarin application as well as native application. So the performance is as good as the native apps. It also provides access to all the native libraries, and it eliminates all hardware compatibility issues using plugins and specific APIs to work with common device functionality across platforms. So even though it's a cross-platform application development framework, it is robust enough to handle performance, build custom UI for your native experiences.
Thank you, Gaurav, for answering the third question. Looks like there are a few more questions, but we will have to get back to them after the webinar. Thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to connecting with you again. The recording for today's webinar will be available on our website within the next 3 business days. We will also be sharing the webcast URL with all the attendees via email. Please feel free to reach out to us at contact@edynamic.net with any questions you may have. Thank you once again for joining in.
Thank you,
Have a great
everyone.
afternoon.
Thank you.